Hi Leo, welcome to your weekly reading, the week being 7 days from the time that this video is posted. So within this weekly check-in, we're going to be considering all of the Virgo energy that's around us at the minute. The sun is still in Virgo, so it's still Virgo season. We've got a new moon in Virgo on Friday the 15th of September, which is at 2:39 a.m. British Summer Time. And on that same day, on the Friday, we also have Mercury going direct in Virgo as well later on in the evening. So things we're going to be considering at the minute, I mean, Virgo is a sign of analysis. We're going to be thinking about what's working, what's not working, what can we learn from this. Efficiency, our relationship with resources, our security, our day-to-day life and where we give. And in terms of intentions, there may be intentions being set around new strategies, new solutions and new choices. So the books you can see here are from the Oracle decks I'm going to be using for the reading today. So let's get into your messages and we'll start off with a theme for you. So the main theme for you, it may be in what area of your life are things not working? Where do you need any new strategies, solutions or new choices? Let's see what comes up for you, Leo. Right, so what does Leo need to know for the week? Right, so Four of Wands, it's either going to be a theme to do with foundations or your foundations or a foundation in your life and home or home potentially. So what's not working there? Let's look at your energy within this, please. What's Leo's energy within this? Page of what? So I was going to say wands then. Why was I going to say wands? Page of Swords. So you may be seeking answers, seeking more information. You may already be looking at new strategies, possibly. Let's get external or surrounding energies for you. That was really quick. Do I want to trust that? I'm not going to trust that. Just because it came out so quickly. Let's try it again. Any external or surrounding energies that are relevant to this. Right, so we get Death, Ace of Wands, and Eight of Swords, and that's an external energy. So is there anything that's restricting a new beginning, a new chapter, a new way of doing things, possibly? Let's get you some advice. So advice for Leo, Queen of Swords. Okay. I'm just laughing because I attempted a Libra reading and I did it again, but then the same themes came up anyway, so I didn't trust myself. And Queen of Swords was their outcome, and it felt like something around boundaries. And I think actually the Page of Swords came up in that one as well. But let's have a look. Let's have a look at some oracle cards for you. So I'm going to do the Angels and Ancestors deck first. And see what else comes out to give us like an overview of the energies. What else does Leo need to know? Direction Guardian, choose your path. This was, I was going to say it was a similar theme for Libra, who I just did. But Libra, it was more decisions. You've got direction. Let's get you a Sacred Destiny Oracle card as well. Are you wanting to move house at all? I mean, there's not a travel card that's come up, but it's something you could be considering is changing location. I don't know why that thought specifically is coming up, but you may be wanting to buy a house, potentially. Anything else that Leo needs to know? Love. Okay, that doesn't make sense yet, but hopefully it will. Actually, saying that, if you were potentially thinking about moving in with somebody, that could have an impact. That could be how love has found its way into the reading, but we'll see what else comes up. I mean, love yourself, that's always a thing anyway, isn't it? So don't really need to get into that. But let's clarify that Four of Wands for you and see where that takes us. So what's not working, we feel maybe something to do with foundations or home, possibly, or there's something, a new way of doing things that needs to be considered around that. So Fool. Okay, well, I mean, if you were thinking about moving in with somebody, that's it's a risk that you're taking, isn't it? So anything else? I love the way your cards are just flying out. Move. Eight of Wands is movement to me. Most of the time, I would say it can be communication. I mean, you've got the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords there, which are cards of communication, but it does often to me feel like movement, and then with the Fool as well. So that moving house thing could be a thing, couldn't it? Right, we've got the Queen of Cups. Anything else? Did you see how the whole deck flew out then? Right. I'm going to put these back because they just sort of came out as a sort of vomit of cards. Let's try that again. Is there any impatience in your life at the minute, Leo? Like maybe from you, maybe from someone else? Because that's what that felt like with the cards coming out like that, as if someone was saying, hurry up or something. Right. Let's see the damage to the card, shall we? Fortunately, none. We have the Empress. Okay, there isn't any fire damage to the card. Just bear with me. It will only take a second for you. I'm just going to relight my candle. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I have to have the... Well, I don't have to, but the candle helps me focus. And then if there's a candle there not doing anything, that will distract me. So that's why I have the candle. Right, I'll get one more. Okay, so I'm getting a few messages. We've got the Knight of Pentacles and... Oh, we've got loads here, actually. The Hanged Man. Don't know if I've just made it harder, but the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm getting a few messages here. I did say foundations and home. Seeing the Empress there, you've got the Queen of Cups, Four of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles in particular. It's making me think there's a possibility here, one possibility or two, it will be two. Somebody's considering, say if you're a stay-at-home parent, you may be considering, you may have decided that you wanted to stay home and take care of the kids, and you may have changed your mind and decided that actually this isn't for me. So that would be a change in your home life where you decide you're changing your direction. You do want to go back to work. It might be a difficult decision. Maybe you feel more secure at home, but you could be willing to take a risk. Something may have changed in terms of your beliefs or how you feel about it. Maybe you feel restricted. I mean, you've got an external energy with the Eight of Swords there. Maybe you feel restricted and you're like, you know what, actually, I don't like being at home all the time. I want to get out and do something. It could be the exact opposite. It could be that you're a parent who is out working and maybe you're like, you know what, I'd rather be at home. There could be some financial constraints and you having to think about the steps you'd need to take to do that, if it would be viable financially, how it affects your family potentially. Do I have family cards? Not necessarily. I don't have any family cards here. You may not have kids. Maybe you're just someone where your partner makes a lot of money, or your husband or wife makes a lot of money, and they're quite happy for you to stay home, and you're deciding whether or not you want to do that. Maybe you already are like a housewife, house husband without kids, and you're deciding that you actually do want to go and work. It could be any number of things. I was thinking of another one. Possibly, you know, like if you've got, I mean, the Queen of Cups and the Empress can be mother. Maybe someone's got a parent who requires care from home now, and you're making decisions around that, and that will impact your home life as well, whether you feel that you'll be able to stay home and take care of them. Is it also financially viable as well? How will that affect your finances? What's involved with the day-to-day? Like, can you manage it in general, like physically and mentally? Because it's not easy, is it, looking after someone who's really vulnerable and ill and in need of a lot of care, that might be something you're considering as well. Those are just a few things that are coming up, but as I say, I'm getting a sense of to do with home and foundations. Yeah, those are the main examples I can give. Love would be involved with that as well. If it's family, kids, parents, husbands, wives, whatever, there is an element of love. Whatever decision you make, whatever direction you take, you're going to want to make it with love and consider the people that you do love as well in making those decisions, as well as yourself. And again, you've got the Page of Swords there, a card of investigation, potentially. But let's clarify that Page of Swords and try not to put the candle out in the process. It is a risk I take every time I do a reading. I know that the cards could potentially hit the candle, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. I don't mind. Until one of my cards sets on fire and I'm not happy, but yeah. So Page of Swords, let's see what that's your energy. So Queen of Wands. Let's get some more. Ten of Swords. Before I continue, so I am getting a sense with that clarifying the Page of Swords, whatever decision you make, you'd want it to be your decision for a start, because the Queen of Wands, she gets what she wants, she makes her own choices. I don't think anybody could tell the Queen of Wands what to do. And you would still want to be seen as well. For example, if you were someone that decided to become a stay-at-home parent, yes, you may enjoy that, but you still want to be seen and valued as an individual as well, and not just the carer of whoever. You want to be valued in your own rights too, don't you? So that's what I'm getting from that. Again, if we go in the opposite direction, if you are someone who's choosing to, like say she would be, like the go-getter. So she could potentially be seen as like the woman who has, and it's not, the gender is not the focus here, it's just reading from the card and the energy. She'd be considered to be the woman that has like a big career where she's in the spotlight, and that could be coming to an end if you decided that you wanted to become a stay-at-home parent. So well, I'm not taking that, that's like 10 cards. Try that again. But it looks like you're researching the options and how it will work potentially. Okay, Two of Swords, that's the decision. You may be keeping it to yourself actually. I always feel this particular Two of Swords, because she's got the swords behind her back, she's not telling anyone. The wolf is to me is her instincts. And she's trying to make the decision, but she's not telling anyone. She's trusting her instincts to make it. Sun, oh my, anytime I see this card, right, so I feel this woman in this Sun card is the Empress, and to me she is the stay-at-home parent, but she's the stay-at-home parent that runs her business from home. I love this card. Yeah, she feels like the stay-at-home parent who runs her own business at home. She's still an Empress, not just the mother version of the Empress. But I mean, look at the colors matching the Queen of Wands. I mean, they are both actually they are Leo cards, aren't they? The Sun and the Queen of Wands are Leo card. No, she's Aries. Tell a lie, she's Aries, but it's still fire energy. So she's the one that still has her own form of success outside of the family. She has a life outside of her family. So she's happy even when she's doing things without her family there. She knows who she is, and she has things for herself. She's not, and I don't mean it as a criticism, she's not just someone that cares for everybody else and everybody else relies on her, and then she's got nothing left for her. If that makes any sense. And there's nothing wrong with obviously being a carer, parent, blah blah blah. I've been a stay-at-home parent at some point in my life, and I absolutely loved it, and it completely fulfilled me. I did enjoy though getting back, and I mean, I actually like sewing, so that was one of the first things I started to get back into once my child was several months old or whatever. And I sort of came off the high. Well, no, I've never really come off the high of being a parent, but once I started to think, right, I do need to have a bit of time and space for myself again. That was one of the first things I started doing, was go back into starting sewing and making things again, and I absolutely loved it. And with doing it from home as well, it was like there was just a lot of freedom in it, where you spend time with your kid and then go off and do a bit of sewing, and it's in the home, isn't it? So there was a lot of choice in it for me. So yeah, that's a potential. You could be investigating stay-at-home business options. Again, if you wanted to become a stay-at-home parent. Let's get one more card for that. And that's just an example I'm giving. It's not saying that's exactly what you're doing. But whatever it is, whatever decision you make here, I mean, you've got these two bookending. You want it to be fulfilling for you. You want to have something for yourself. Whatever decision you make, you want it to honor you. Even if it involves other people, you want your decision to truly honor you. Okay. So you're probably researching, thinking about it, considering, looking at the options. Let's look at your external energy. We've got Death, Ace of Wands, Eight of Swords. With Death being there as a major arcana, often with the major arcana, it's an energy that, I mean, it can be something that we choose, but I think a lot of the time with major arcana, it's an energy that comes in, and it can be based on astrology or just whatever, but it's something that comes in and then you decide how you deal with it. So in terms, say if it was the ending of a career, or a career path, it could be you've been made redundant or something, and then now you choose the new chapter with the Ace of Wands that you want to go towards. Or for example, if you've had a big successful career and as a woman you end up pregnant, you get pregnant, maybe it was an unplanned pregnancy, who knows. For you it may feel, well, it will be a death in a way, because it's a transition into a new way of life, not in a negative way, but it's a completely new way of life, isn't it? If that's something that happened where there was an accidental pregnancy, I mean, it can feel like it would be a new way of life for both of the parents involved, not just the woman. Maybe it would feel restrictive, or there's concerns about how you would manage it. But this is an external energy, so let's clarify instead of me getting into all sorts of scenarios about it. So it's definitely some ending of something and the start of the new. I mean, maybe the Eight of Swords is a fear that you won't be able to make it work, but let's have a look at that. Seven of Wands, that makes me feel like you think it would be hard work, potentially. You may be wondering if you can manage it. Or you may feel, yeah, I was going to say, before the Ten of Wands came out, I was going to say, if it's not that you wondering if you can manage it, it's that, you know, if you make a choice, like say if everybody in your family, once someone has a baby, they have to become a stay-at-home mother for the next 10 years, but you're someone who's like, actually, no, I want to go back to work after several months, a year, whatever, you may feel that you need to defend your decision. And it could be that, but it does feel, with that Ten of Wands now coming up, it does feel more like, can I manage this if I make a certain choice regarding my home life or whatever, can I manage it? Like, you may want to, as I said before, you might want to buy a house and you're thinking, shit, if I buy this house, can I actually manage to afford to keep up the payments? What happens if I lose my job? What happens if the mortgage payments go up? Will I manage it? Let's have another look. Seven of Pentacles, still the same thing that's coming up for me. You're contemplating the time and effort or resources that you have to put into something, and deciding, can you manage this? Is this feasible? That's what it feels like. Judgment. We'll get one more after Judgment because I'm not certain why that's there. I mean, it is a decision. It's your decision to make, isn't it? And there's no guarantee. I keep saying that. Yeah, there's, unfortunately, I hate this when readers say, including myself, when I get it myself, and say, you just have to trust your intuition. It is your decision to make. It could be a second chance to do this if it's something you've tried to do before, but there's no guarantee. Excuse me, I have a drink because my throat's getting dry. There's no guarantee. Some things you just have to try and feel your way through it. You choose a direction and then you literally feel your way through it, and it takes courage to do that, doesn't it? Because you can't be certain what the outcome's going to be. Right, so let's get onto your advice. And I already feel now like the advice is just simply make a choice. Be sure about what you want to do. It doesn't mean be sure about the outcome. It just means be sure about what it is you want to do and choose. Basically, that's what I'm getting from that. But let's get some clarification. I'm not going to take that because it slipped out of the deck rather than came out properly. Don't want to come out now. Is it because you're reluctant to say what you want to choose? Right. Knight of Swords, so that would be saying what you want, wouldn't it? And the Knight of Swords, I mean the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords are not indecisive at all. They definitely know what they want. This is the advice. It's I really feel like it's just saying you just got to make a choice and then take it from there. And be assertive. King of Wands. I mean, the King of Wands would be assertive. He's passionate. He knows what he wants and he just goes for it, doesn't he? I was going to say be assertive with your choice. Once you make it, don't let anybody talk you down. As long as you know you're following your heart, what you want, what you know, then don't let anybody talk you out of it. King of Swords, another person that knows exactly what they want. There's a lot about communication here with these swords cards. So I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. It may be that you need to tell someone what your decision is as well. Maybe there's someone that you love, someone in your life, in your home. You could be a spouse. Maybe you need to tell them what it is you want and how you feel. I'm just going to have a look here under these cards again. Death, Ace of Wands, Eight of Swords. I'm getting another scenario that's come up as well. Is the possibility where, say if you're the parent of an adult child and you feel like they've overstayed their welcome, and that would be a change to your home life as well if you felt like you needed to tell them, look, you need to look for your own place now, I've had enough. Or it may not be that you've had enough, it's just, I don't know, every family's different. Some families everybody's happy to live together with aunts, uncles, grandparents, etc. for decades, and it's cool. It can be cultural, it can be just your specific family. It just depends on how your family operates, and of course what boundaries are being pushed. Are people all pulling their weight in the household? Are there any freeloaders in the household? It all depends on that, but that's something that's come up as well, that you may be deciding to tell a kid to get the hell out, or they may live in your house and you're saying, right, you know what, actually I want to move to another country. What are we going to do? Are you going to buy the house from me and stay here? Because if not, then you got to get the hell out. Can be vice versa as well. Sometimes people's parents live with them, and maybe you want to choose a different path in life, and your parent needs to, hopefully the parent is capable of looking after themselves. It could even be something to do with putting your parent in care, actually, which I think, have I mentioned that in the beginning? I don't know if I mentioned that in the beginning, but yeah, it could be something about putting a parent in a care home because you can no longer take care of them, or yeah, that's a possibility with that Five of Cups. Let's get one after that Five of Cups. This is advice. I'm not sure why the Five of Cups is there, if I'm being honest. The only thing I can think of is that your decision might potentially hurt someone's feelings. Let me get one to clarify that Five of Cups. I'll be honest, I'm actually not sure why the Five of Cups is there. I'm really not. The only things I can think of are that you may be concerned that it won't work out. But I'm veering more towards your decision may potentially hurt someone's feelings, but it leaves you feeling harmonious, satisfied, or you fear hurting someone's feelings, but you need to be fair, but try not to focus on that. Let's get you a final oracle card. I forgot to do this for Libra, the first reading, although I did pull them one after, and I'll probably post that as a message separately. But I don't feel like the readings are complete without an oracle card at the end, so I'm going to get you a unicorn card. Unicorn oracle card, just as a final message, but I think it's pretty clear. It's just saying make a choice and stand by it is the main thing. This deck is hard to shuffle as well because it's huge. Try it again. This one, okay, we'll take that. Expansion. Yeah, spread your wings and soar. Share your message and shine your light. Show the world what you're made of. That's Queen of Wands energy, that is. But yeah, whatever direction you're going in, whatever choice you're making, it's something that will help you to expand. There are things to consider here, but you just have to make a choice. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. Feel free to leave any comments as usual. And until the next video, take care.